immediately you can share your screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. So good afternoon, students. Long back, we had discussed something regarding Python, and I had told you it's the game development which can be done, and Deepak has done that. Very happy about it. Good job, Deepak. So I just thought of we can just share that what he has done. We all can learn something from that. Okay, including myself. So we will learn it, and he will be presenting now. Okay, and he will give the demo how he developed the game and how that game works. Okay, yeah. So all of you kindly cooperate and listen to him. Yeah, Deepak, I have made you as presenter. Um, you can just check um, if you can share the screen. Please check it once. Make a presenter. I have done.
Yes, ma'am.
You're able to share?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Please share the screen and over to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, ma'am. So data type, as all of you know, in C and C++, you initialize the data type and then you assign a value to a variable. But in Python, it's kind first.
Yeah, I request others to mute yourself, students. Sushmita, you have not muted. Yeah. Okay, Deepak, you can continue.
Yeah, in C and C++, we declare a variable like int I equals 10 or so, but in Python, it's quite different. It does not like take the value of I directly, and it does not ask what type of variable is I. It just takes I is equal to 10, and you need not define it's an int, float, double, or any other data type. It just takes out as is, and I'll show you in a minute. Print type of I. Yeah. Once I run this, I have not given I whether it's an int, character, float, double, anything, but the Python has taken it as an integer data type. So it's quite, when you type statically everything, the Python considers itself. I'll give a text like Dre something, and I'll run this. So it considers itself as a string. We did not define it as string, but Python automatically assigns the data type as string. So this is statically. Dynamically, it's like j equals input of enter something, input, and then you can say print of j. So when you type something during the runtime, like Dre, it's gonna print it, and pretty much the same print type of J. Now if you run this, you'll get like, yeah, one sec. See, it's a string class. When while during this, this is as ma'am showed in the PPTs, a random number generator. I just did something import random. So random is a module here. So from the module, I exported something called as rand range. So a rand range takes two arguments. One is the starting range, and other is the maximum range, minimum range and maximum range. So chance is equal to 0. So first we initialize something like, if you want to give a loop, you initialize I is equal to 0 or j equals 0. Like that, I have initialized chance is equal to 0. So I did a while loop. While 0 is less than 5, true, you guess a number, probably you guess some number. If the number, winning number, so random generates a random number between 0 to 9. if the number, like a random number might be 10, I mean, sorry, like 2, 3, 4, something. If your guess is equal to the 2, 3, 4, our guess number, then print you found it, then you break the loop. So while allows you to break the loop, else your guess was wrong, try again. So I have pretty much incremented the chance by 1. So let's run this. That run, yeah. Your guess is in the range of 0 to 9. That's what I have given here. So my guess is like 0. It's wrong. It's incremented by 1. Chance is incremented by 1. So now 1 is less than 5. True. So I give 1. It's again wrong. Incremented by 1. 2 is less than 5. True. So I guess the number is 2. No, it's wrong. Again, it's incremented by 3. 3 is less than 5. True. I guess 3. No, it's wrong. Then it's getting 4 is less than 5, means 3 is less than 5, which is true. In the loop, it's asking me to guess a number 4. Again, the loop just while 5 is less than 5, that's obviously false, so it comes out of the loop. This is pretty much in the static type, like I initialized everything before itself. So it's kind of not recommended in most of the cases, because like many of the times you get just bored from 0 to 9. Every time it's 0 to 9. So like I have done dynamically. So I have given integer type. The input which I'm going to produce is going to convert into an integer. Sorry, the input which I'm going to give is considered as an integer type, and then the ranges are taken from the this variables minimum range and maximum range. So I'll just run this dynamic. Yeah, my minimum range is like 10 and maximum range is 15. Yeah, my range is between 10 to 15. Yeah, this here I have formatted, assigned this curly braces to minimum range and the second curly braces to maximum range. So it asks me whenever I give the 10 and 15 value, obviously it shows here your guess range is in 10 to 15. So now it's asking me the chances. Before, if you can see here, I have given the chance is equal to 5. So I only have 5 choices there. But here I have given how much ever chances I want. Like if I want 10 chances, I can get 10 chances. If I want 20 chances, 20. It's entirely depend upon that. So winning number as before, here we'll just choose a random number from 0 to 9. Here it's minimum range to maximum range, that is the variables we defined earlier like 10 to 15, the range of variables from 10 to 15. So chance is equal to 0. Pretty much this same thing from here. We initialize I equals 0, some sort of, while chance is less than chance given. So initially it is 0. If we give 10 chances, here the chances which we give like is 10. So it here it says that 0 is less than 10. So it takes the variable value given here and inserts here. So it's asking me to guess a number like 10. No, I still have 0 is less than 10. That's true. So I got 1. Now I incremented pretty much the same. Chance is equal to chance plus 1. I have just reduced it like chance plus 1 plus is equal to 1. So yeah, I'm getting 10 chances. I still have 9 chances left. So I'll go 11. No, it's wrong. 12, wrong. 13, wrong. 14, wrong. Yeah, 14 is right. So yeah, I guess the number it's 14. And I've just printed out, yeah, that your guess is right. The number was the number which was randomly selected from the range given by you, that is 10 to 15. So this was pretty much the same. Like I used like the data structures that I've learned with my friends before. I used while loop because it just keeps on incrementing and I can break the loop. If I used for loop, although I finished it, it just keeps on going on, going on, going on. Although I find the correct number, it keeps on looping. So this is pretty much I did. Thank you.
Yeah, good job, Deepak. Very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, very nice and very happy that you learned something, and thank you for sharing with us. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. Other students, how did you feel? Yeah, students, feedback, please. Feedback for Deepak's demo. So he has tried something new. He learned something, and I wish all the students will do this so that even you can improve yourself. So that random number generation, which I had told you on the day of when I was telling you about the games, so he has tried that. Yeah, good, Deepak. It was a good job.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, students, if you have anything to ask him, or you can just do it so that even you can try it. When we start learning the coding, then definitely even we can develop some small games like this, like random number generation, guessing the number. Okay, all those things can be done. Yeah. Okay. Okay, students, and thank you, Deepak, for making the session successful. And today it was good that you shared something which was useful to everyone. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you,
students.
ma'am.
So, yeah, we can wind up. Yeah, just a second. Somebody's. Okay. Yeah, I'll just stop recording, and I want to give some instructions.